guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. How you guys doing? I am so busy this weekend. I apologize for my kind of weird upload schedule, but thanks again for watching, guys. You know, it really does mean the world to me. That's what I usually say at the end of the video, but I know, let's face it, not all of you guys watch to the end. Shame on you. So I wanted to say it at the beginning of today's video. But seriously, I'm joined here by TMD YaoYao, one of the game's best players. You guys obviously know him as the winner of the Crown Duel. Gonna make sure I don't say Crown Championship. That has yet to be decided. I will be traveling, though, to LA next week to help host this event. I'm not sure exactly what capacity I will serve in terms of, will I be casting? Will I be just a host? I'm not sure yet, but I'm excited to meet the players. I will be doing the EU bracket specifically, so tons of good players there, including Adam, Surgical Goblin, many others. I'll actually have some special guests who are in that bracket on the channel this week, so really excited about that, other than just Adam and Surgical Goblin. But anyway, let's get to the video of today. Again, joined by YaoYao, again, third time on the channel, third time's a charm, baby. I really enjoy watching YaoYao play, and one thing you'll notice about YaoYao is he is rather aggressive even when playing this control deck, and that's what we're here for today, guys, to review and kind of talk about this control deck. It's the Night Witch Control. Are you kidding me? Night Witch has really found her way into every single archetype in the game, with the exception of Siege, and who knows, by the time you're watching this, there's probably already a Siege deck out there featuring the Night Witch, the Demon Lady. So today we're going to be talking about this deck, why she fits in well to this deck, how to play this deck, and we're all going to do this relaxing and watching the beatdown pro, really, playing a control deck. But YaoYao is seriously known as one of the most versatile and strong players in the game. Now, I said he plays this deck aggressively, and you'll notice this, that throughout all these matches, I've actually watched, before I started recording, I watched a few matches because I didn't want to bring you guys the super early content in a challenge, because who knows what your opponent could be playing or who your opponent is. So this is later on in the challenge. I think we're on our 6th match here, and one thing I've noticed is that out of the gate, oftentimes YaoYao will start off with like Battle Ram right out the gate. Battle Ram Log, Battle Ram Knight, or not Knight, Battle Ram Archers, excuse me, or Battle Ram even Night Witch right at the bridge, which is something I don't normally advise when you're starting out a deck, but I can't argue with the master. Who am I to question the great TMD YaoYao, right? So anyway, looking at this deck here, obviously it's a Pekka Control deck at the heart, and it's also a 3-spell deck. You have the Zap, you have Lightning, and you have Log. Now, Zap and Lightning, obviously great in this deck at shutting down the Inferno Tower. Another nice win there by YaoYao. He hasn't lost yet, by the way. If he loses, I'll certainly include it. Rest assured, I'm not going to only show you the wins, but we'll have to see. I don't know if it's possible for YaoYao to lose. So let me tell you a little backstory before we get into more of the deck, right? I reached out to YaoYao, as I do with most of the pros that have ever been on my channel, and I say, hey man, what are you playing? What are you playing lately? And is there anything I can share, anything new and exciting that I can share with my audience? So he said, yes, I love, this is my, not only do I love the Night Witch, and I love Night Witch in a control deck, but this is my very favorite Night Witch deck. So rest assured, at least as of yesterday, when I talked to him about this deck, it was his very favorite Night Witch deck inside the entire meta, and that's saying a lot, because as we talked about, Night Witch is everywhere. So at the end of today's video, I'm going to hop into a live match or two using this deck as well, so maybe we can see what it's like to actually lose a match. Now, I don't want to speak too soon, as YaoYao is actually off to an early deficit here in this match. So playing the Night Witch here, Night Witch actually does have a good home in these control decks. Now look at that aggressive Battle Ram play. Put the Battle Ram right into that Inferno Tower, and look at how it's going to pay off for him here. Unfortunately, he uses Zap early, but the bats really do a really good job against those skeletons. How many times am I going to say really? They really do a really good job against those really awesome, really swarmy skeletons. Anyway, you can see, look at that tower. Now we are in the lead here, and he does have Log back in rotation. So there's the Log. He's going to go ahead and protect his tower. Going against the King from Mega North, he's actually a really good bait player, as you can see, playing this Hog bait deck, really the traditional version with the Inferno Tower. And the beautiful thing, and why I like actually the Pekka as opposed to the Inferno Tower right now in a control deck especially is because everybody's running Lightning and Zap. Zap has seen a little bit of a, well, not a little bit. If you go to statsroyale.com, you can see it's actually seeing a pretty large uptick in usage rates, and that's often because, or primarily, excuse me, because of the Night Witch in those bats. Wait till bats get released, guys. It's going to go even crazier. So what you can do here is, since everybody's playing Lightning or Zap, one or the other, it seems like, in a lot of decks, I actually like the Pekka because the Pekka can't be reset like the Inferno Tower, and he can pretty much totally disseminate, just destroy an oncoming golem or a giant or any tank besides obviously the Lava Hound. So what you want to do here with this deck, guys, is again, you can pick and choose your spots. You can go ahead and start out like YaoYao with that early battle ram if you want to kind of gauge what the opponent has in their deck. But after that, with any control deck here, YaoYao and myself both would advise figure out what the opponent's playing first. That way you know how and where best to counter it. With the Pekka, like we've talked about in the past, when you're playing Pekka Control, you definitely want to use your Pekka during the right moments. And what are the right moments? Well, obviously, you're playing the Pekka in the same lane when they drop a tank. Even when they drop a Lava Hound, I would advise playing that Pekka in the actual same lane. This is not an opposite lane deck, except with the exception of the Battle Ram. So if they drop that Golem and you're sitting at full elixir, sure, go ahead and invest a Battle Ram in the opposite lane. Make them take a little bit of elixir out of their big Golem push. But most importantly, you want to make sure you have your Pekka in rotation to stop that Golem in the incoming lane. So let's see how he's doing here at the beginning of this next match. I tell you, this guy is just a machine. He keeps going on and on. So that was a great lightning there, took out the elixir pump, did some damage to that left tower, did a lot of damage to that left tower. And look at the opponent he's playing here, guys. He has the pump, he has the skeleton, he has the lumberjack. What deck do you think this is? It's definitely the Golem, and this is actually a deck that YaoYao pioneered. So if there's any deck that YaoYao knows how to go against and how to beat, it's definitely going to be this one. So like we just talked about, right? The opponent plays the Golem, and you're going to play the Pekka and make them very angry. Oftentimes when you first play the Pekka in any Pekka deck, what I like to be is, I don't want to show the Pekka. I don't know, this is going to welcome all sorts of sick puns, but I don't like to show my Pekka until I really need to my opponent, right? Because I don't want to necessarily show them my full hand, and not everybody's used to the Pekka actually having a spot in the meta here. So I like to only use my Pekka when the time is right. It's not a card that I'm going to drop in back of the King Tower to get a big beatdown push. Most of your offense in this deck is going to be coming from the Night Witch Battle Ram combo. Of course, the Baby Dragon, as you can see here, can join in the fun, and of course sometimes you will get those nice pushes with the Pekka as well, but most of the time it's going to be a counter push with the Pekka. Again, it's not one of those classic PPP. Remember the PPP deck, anybody? The Pekka, Prince, and Pekka, Prince, and Dark Prince, right? And that was cool back in the day, and that was a big beatdown deck where you would play your Pekka in back of your King Tower. Not anymore. Now Pekka is strictly a defensive unit, and then of course, well, it looks like the opponent has totally given up here. So not a great match to show you guys, but it also shows, it illustrates nicely the power of this deck here. So of course the Pekka can be used offensively on counter pushes. It looks like this 3 crown is just seconds away, and there it is, guys. A 3 crown for TMD YaoYao. Surprise, surprise. This guy is the 3 crown monster, a 3 crown beast. So I think we'll watch maybe what, one more replay on YaoYao right now. You can see his player profile here. He's not a ton of cards won, but just an absolute stud. I mean, I remember during the King's Cup, this guy, if any of you caught it live, this guy was so dominating that he didn't even have to play in like the second half of the play-in tournaments. He would just absolutely kill everybody, be way at the top. No one could even touch him in the play-in tournaments, so he didn't even have to play much. He doesn't have to show his hand. So this guy is really, really good. Now he's going against, look at this deck he's going against here, guys. I've seen this deck before. Before you roll your eyes and you're like, Ash, it's another weird troll crap deck. It's not. This is another version of a kind of Pekka Night Witch Control, if I'm correct here, played by Bomber from The Click. And you'll see that there's an Executioner as well, so it's definitely the same deck here. So check out this deck that he's going against here. This might be a challenge for him. It's an interesting deck. Of course, you see the Executioner Tornado combo that he just pulled off there. And the Goblin Hut is interesting. A Goblin Hut is one of those cards that's kind of, well, it's not kind of. It's been so off meta for so long that almost when you see the Goblin Hut, you're like, really, dude? It has to be a troll deck. Spawners aren't even a thing anymore. But this deck actually does pretty well with that Goblin Hut. So let's see how he handles it here. Playing a Night Witch is always a good play. Even if you know your opponent has Lightning, I mean, I wouldn't advise playing the Night Witch in the same, next to the same Crown Tower that they're targeting. But those bats that spawn upon her death, you're guaranteed at least 6 bats, which is more than 2 elixir value, because bats are 2 or 5 bats for 2 elixir. So you're automatically guaranteed 6 bats at the worst case scenario from your Night Witch. So that's a lot of value there, and that's partially why she's definitely OP in the game right now. She has incredible value even when killed. So playing your Night Witch, as long as she's not next to the tower where your opponent is targeting. In this case, you saw him play the Night Witch right next to the tower, but look at the opponent. They have no direct damage in their deck here. That's the downside of this deck. It does have 2 spells, Tornado and Zap, but no big Fireball, Poison, Rocket, etc. So just make sure that if you do play Night Witch, you just are aware of what counter cards your opponent has. So it looks like YaoYao is going to lose that left tower. Interesting decision by Bomber to choose to get a really big push here in the left lane when the tower is down to only 236. Maybe they're going for the 3 crown here. So check this out. We have the Pekka in the right lane. We have the Night Witch in the left lane. The Night Witch is going to be so key defensively here. Even with the Tornado, once she dies, she will die. The opponent also uses the, reuse the Lightning, excuse me. That was a great defensive Lightning there by YaoYao. His Pekka's not going to get to that tower, but check this out. They don't have Zap. I don't think the opponent has Zap in rotation. They just used it. Wow, no way. Wow, with 35 HP left, that left tower stays alive, and YaoYao does it again, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, this guy is such a beast. So he's 4-0. It's time to lose. I'm gonna hop into a match, guys. Here we go. All right, guys, here we are with the deck. We are live in the game right now. I have it built. You can see level 3 Night Witch. What's up? Pretty excited about that. I have tilted, unfortunately, recently. I was up over 5,900 trophies, and look at me now. 5704. Not using this deck though, so no worries. Now this isn't necessarily a ladder deck. It has 2 legendaries and 3 epic cards, so it's hard to level up all those cards to actually be viable in your range of ladder, but certainly if these cards are actually at a level that's comparable to the opponents in your arena level or your trophy level, go ahead and use it. So we're gonna actually hop in. My card levels aren't too bad. Level 7, certainly nothing to frown at. Let's see if we can do some work here in a live match or 2 using the YaoYao Control deck. It's a fun deck to play here. So, but of course, I'm an amateur. I have not played the deck before. Let's wish this guy good luck. We'll call him Anonymous, and we'll see how we do here. I'm going to start out in YaoYao style with a Battle Ram Baby Dragon. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm just going to go super aggressive here with the Battle Ram Baby Dragon because that's what YaoYao does. That's what YaoYao does, and if he does it, darn it, so can I, right? So that was a really good zap by my opponent there. Caused the Baby Dragon to target the Knight and actually saved a lot of damage there. I'm going to play Archers, kind of panicked there. I'm going to play Archers to kind of stop that Knight, and I'm not going to burn the Lightning. So we'll just see what he plays. Now we'll burn the Lightning. I was going to say, we'll just see what he plays there. It looks like he's playing probably a 3 Musketeer deck. So if that's the case, I'm okay with it because we have the Pekka. Pekka's a really, really strong counter to 3 Musketeers. So let's see what he plays next. He's going to play a Battle Ram. We're going to definitely need some Zap and Night Witch here. We'll also need some Archer support. There's a lot coming at me here. Luckily, I have all those bats to help with the cleanup there. Am I going to take down that Barbarian? I barely do. He gets some damage, but you can see how defensively robust this deck is using the Night Witch on defense with the zap. Those bats just do a lot of work there. So again, we're going to immediately lightning. He's definitely playing Three Musketeers, but we have Pekka in hand. I don't think he knows I'm playing a Pekka deck at this point. That was a bad log, late log, so I forget it. I take that back. I thought I wasn't going to hit that left tower with that log. So I'm okay with the defense here. He might play Three Musketeers now, or might just battle ram me. If he battle ram, okay, he's definitely setting up for a Three Musketeer push. So we're gonna still wait till the very end to use the Pekka here, and we're just gonna make him make the plays first. Okay, this is really good. Baby Dragon in the back, and here we go. Pekka, baby, Pekka. All right, so the Pekka is really strong. We're gonna zap here. We don't need the zap on the left. You can see just how good we did there defensively with using the Pekka against all Three Musketeers in the same lane. We have 2 Night Witches now. If that Baby Dragon could have just faced the opposite direction, we would be looking so much better on that push. But either way, we're able to do a considerable amount of damage to that left tower. Again, we're going to drop a Pekka right here in the middle. Pekka, a great counter to Battle Ram, as you guys can see there. This time, let's quickly, come on, baby, get it down, get it down. Ooh, good, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, Baby Dragon here. The Pekka will actually take care of a lot. I'm gonna take a couple hits here on the left tower. That's okay. I kind of want those Spear Goblins to move on. Okay, perfect. And now we're gonna go all in again on the left lane here. Hopefully, Baby Dragon targets the right target. Of course, he's not. Womp womp. But look at this, guys. Lightning range. It don't even need the lightning. Boom. Well played. Good game. And you guys saw how the deck worked. And if I can do it, certainly you guys can, right? So let's do one more match. Just have a little fun here. We'll see if we can get a loss in this video because I like to show losses. You can learn from losses as well. So let's see. This is a level 12. So hopefully we don't lose against the level 12 here, guys. I'm tempted to go aggressive again, but I just don't feel like that's the right play here. Splitting archers in the back, a much better play. So he's going to go ahead and drop some skeletons, cycle. I'm going to drop a Night Witch in the right, and we'll see what he comes at me with. Of course, Night Witch, a great counter to a knight. So at this point we see, so I don't have a great answer here except for the bat, that one bat and the archer actually do a pretty good job on the I'm gonna go ahead. Ooh, okay, so I used the zap there to try to get that battle ram to the tower, and it actually worked because otherwise those skeletons would have actually killed my my battle ram with that tornado's help. So I'm sacrificing the archers here to stop that musketeer, the executioner, from getting any damage done to my left tower. Now this is going to be a pretty lucrative push for him, but probably going to get like 3 hits with that Hog Rider because of that Ice Spirit. But only 2 hits with the Hog Rider, I think. So that was okay. We'll take that. And look at this. We got his King Tower down to about 3,000 HP. So we'll definitely take that. So we know what he has at this point in his hand. We're just going to go ahead and go all out. He has a lot of swarmy units. He's definitely going to get a great tornado value here, unfortunately. I shouldn't have played that Night Witch. I should have known he had the Executioner in hand. I just said I knew what he had in hand, and of course I proved to be a noob. But definitely there I should have held for the Lightning instead of dropping that Night Witch. That was a big mistake on my part. However, I am going to use Lightning here when he drops the Hog Rider, and I'll get all 3 of these units, and I'm still going to have to use the log to push back the Executioner and the Hog Rider. So things could have been worse there, but it was my stupid mistake that made me had to use the Lightning later on defense. So now we're just going to play some defense here. We could go for the 3 crown. We know he doesn't have Hog in the cycle. He looks to be doing, I don't know why he dropped the Executioner exactly in the right. I don't think he's going to lane shift here. I'm going to zap, and then we're just going to play some archers. Play some safe moves here. Get a nice big push going would be great. So we have archers, and we have Pekka and Night Witch already in the left lane, and we know he doesn't have the Executioner in cycle. This time, we know he has Tornado, though, so we want to be ready with the Lightning. So here comes Tornado. Oh, did I speak too soon? Tornado, quickly get a zap. Got to get him out of there. And look at this. I ended up losing that left tower just because I'm going for the 3 crown here. I'll get the 3 crown because he's done. He has no more counters left in hand. He'll try to cycle as fast as he can. He cycles back to Tornado. That was actually a really fast cycle back to Tornado. But this Pekka is going to get to the tower eventually, guys. Eventually. And finally, we get the baby dragon and the archers onto the tower. Going for the 3 crown. Well played. Yeah, again, guys, let's watch that back real quickly in like 4 times speed and see what we could have probably done better, because there's probably a lot we could have done better there. So guys, let's really quickly watch the replay here and see what we could have done better, because that was really sloppy, especially considering it was a level 12. We should have totally smoked him. There's really no excuse for letting him take one of our towers. So let's see what we could have done differently. We'll just watch in 4 speed before I let you guys go. So I split the archers, Night Witch, we're all good here. Actually, let's watch right here how I dealt with. See, I really had no good answer to that Hog Rider. Of course, I probably could have played Log instead, but I don't know. I could have probably played a preemptive Log over here instead. I zapped those skeletons. Actually, so far, so good in this match. I don't think I did anything really incorrectly. I almost take this left tower here, which is super good. Actually, I do take the left tower. Dude, you can't remember what you just played, Ash? Come on, man. So what went wrong after that? So then he comes with a hog push. So here I played the Pekka, which is okay. I played the Pekka there. Really my only option, to be honest with you. I wasn't going to lightning, wasn't going to baby dragon, so I'm okay with that. And then here, this is my big mistake in the match. I knew he had Executioner. Why would I drop the Night Witch behind the Pekka and the baby dragon? Baby dragon was fine to give me some air protection against, you know, skeletons and whatnot, but you know, that was bad, especially when I knew he had Executioner and Tornado in rotation. You can see that ended up in a totally negative push. Luckily, I knew the Hog Rider was coming here, so I got a really nice value, a lightning, and he only got 1 hit on my left tower. We'll speed things up again here. You can see, I mean, here, this time, he uses a good Tornado to pull my Pekka away from that Hog Rider. And again, you know what? Here, I don't think there was anything I necessarily did incorrectly. I basically just dropped everything that I could onto that left tower. Now here, I think he's okay. Yeah, so this could be another big push for me. In fact, it kind of was. Remember how he did like kind of a dance here? So I drop like everything on him. He uses lightning. He takes my tower here. And that's where I basically just go all out offensively. I guess I wouldn't change anything here. My Pekka has a lot of health, and that's why I kept doubling down on this big push, knowing that he would essentially be tanking for my units. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this TMD YaoYao Control Night Witch Pekka deck special. Thank you so much for the continued support. And as always, guys, check out my YouTube partner, Bren Chong. He's in the description below. Giveaways and much more. Giveaways, contests, tournaments, you name it. Bren Chong has got it. He is a pillar of the community, as I always say here. And guys, you are a pillar of the community as well. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, take care, guys.